Hello and welcome to Thursday Zoom. Today, there is no lecture. Today, what we're going to be working on is we're going to be doing NCCT practice that just focuses on the ICD-10. So we're going to do that for about 30 minutes and we're just going to practice. So if you don't have your ICD-10 manual, take the time now to get that and we will get started. Hey, Amy.
Hey.
Oh, I have Capricia twice. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so I know this is number 4, but you can't go backwards once you start. And I was trying to look through when I realized I don't have time to look through 53. So we're going to start on number 4. All right, so number 4 says, when a patient has a blood test done for HIV and the results are inconclusive, that's very important, inconclusive, which of the following ICD-10 codes should be assigned? So this is exactly the kind of choices that your NCCT test is going to give you. So you're going to need to decide. So B20, I'm going to read that one for you because I have it right here. It says human immunodeficiency virus disease. But we're looking for something that has this very important word in it, inconclusive. So let's move to the next one, which is R75.
That's the answer, R75.
Okay, so Amy, you're right. R75 is the answer. So during your test, it's going to be timed. Because can you read R75 for us, Amy, please?
It says inconclusive serologic evidence of HIV.
All right, so that's exactly what we're looking for is the inconclusive. If you looked up Z21, that is something about HIV, but again, it's a positive test. And then Z1159, I think is a history code. So if you know for sure you've got the right answer, you need to go ahead and click it. You know what I mean? You don't have time to look and relook and dig. You have to be able to make a decision and move. So let's see if B is correct. B is absolutely correct. The code is R75. So we're going to move on to the next question. A patient reports to the physician's office with complaints of swelling and ankle pain. After an x-ray and examination, the physician listed the final diagnosis as effusion of the right ankle joint. Which of the following ICD-10 codes should be assigned?
Fusion. Would it be the 25.4
I don't know. Let's let a couple of more people. Does
That's what I got also.
Okay. That is the answer. But can I show you something? And I hope this makes sense. I went right to the answer because how many, like, look at A and B. They're off by one number, right? So 2 codes look very similar, where 2 codes do not. Or 1 code does not. Does that make sense? You have 2 25.47s. And then you just need to find out which one is on the end. It means that it's more than likely the one that you have the most similarities in. I know that sounds crazy. I know what I'm trying to say in my head.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I have a question. The last one's M25571, but that one says pain in right ankle and joints. So why isn't it? It's like the top one, the M25471 is the right ankle, but then the bottom one, it specifically says joint. Where in the
Okay.
question it
M
says,
25571. I may have jumped the gun. M25.
0.571, it says pain in right ankle and joints of right foot.
Because you're missing the word
Final diagnosis say it was an effusion.
was the
Oh,
effusion. But Amy, that is a good catch, but that effusion is what's going to be your indicator. So it is M25.471. All right, let's go to the next one. Which of the following items are needed from the medical record to code for reimbursement? Demographics, and look, if we get these wrong, it's okay because we're going to have the rationale and then we'll go back. Demographics, physician findings, next scheduled appointments, lab, tests, services, and or procedures, discharge orders. Which of the following items are needed from the medical record to code for reimbursement?
So A, B, and D.
I agree with A, physician's finding. You can't do anything without the physician's findings, right?
Right.
Lab test services and or procedures, D. And demographics is actually what? That's going to be the patient's insurance, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go back and look at it again. And just because I want to make sure that we take a good look at it. Which of the following items are needed from the medical record to code for reimbursement? It's going to be demographics, physician's findings, lab tests, services, and or procedures. Does that make sense to everybody?
yeah.
And if you kind of look at it, the next scheduled appointment, you don't have to have that for reimbursement, and you don't need the discharge orders for reimbursement. All right, so now this one's going to be a little trickier, right? Because it's two codes. Do not let that scare you. The provider documents allergic rhinitis due to pollen, chronic eczematous, otitis externa of both ears. That's an ear infection. Which of the following is the correct ICD-10 code assignment associated with this diagnosis? So it's allergic rhinitis due to pollen and chronic otis externa of both ears.
It's gonna be B.
I have B also.
What about you, Jared? What do you have? Did anybody else get B?
So
Okay, so the way that I decided what my answer was gonna be was I really just started with this first code. There's no way that, all the first codes are different. So J30.1 says allergic rhinitis due to pollen, allergic rhinitis due to pollen. So it has to be B because that first ICD-10 code is correct. Did that make sense? We were able to do that quickly because we already found the first code and none of the other codes matched up in the scenario. Okay, an established patient seen in the office for right shoulder pain. Which of the following is the correct diagnosis? Okay, I have to. I'm trying to see, it doesn't show me who all's here, so I don't want to keep calling on the same people. So you guys, please speak up. I'm not showing favorites, I just can't see everybody.
I have B.
Okay, let's wait. Miss Crystal, did you get B too?
I'm sorry, I meant C.
Oh, C?
Yeah, I got C. I didn't get B.
Okay, you got C? Can you read it for us? You're on.
Yeah, C is pain in the right shoulder.
Does it, let's see. That's correct. Let's go to the next one. Which of the following ICD-10 codes should be assigned for Kaposi sarcoma of the left lung? Jared, this one's yours.
C46.52. So that's C.
So C. Who agrees with Jared?
I agree.
Miss Crystal agrees.
I agree.
All right. Let's see. Perfect. Great job. All right, the next one. A patient presents with complaints of a sore throat and fever. A rapid strep test was given and was positive for group A strep. Which of the following is the appropriate diagnosis code assignment? Now, this one can be a little tricky because you have two choices that are one code and two choices that are two codes.
Did you call on someone yet?
No, look, I was in my ICD 10, Miss Crystal. How about we let Alicia do this one? How about you, Alicia?
Okay.
You're on mute, honey.
I'm sorry, the kids are screaming. Um, B 95.0.
Okay, Miss Crystal, do you agree? Jared, do you agree?
I was thinking D because JO 2.0, it also said sore throat underneath it,
Mm-hmm.
but I also said B 95.0, so I was thinking D.
So you were thinking D?
Okay.
Okay, Miss Alicia, I want you to look at B 95.0.
Okay.
Beside that code, it has a blue dot. So go to the bottom of your page.
Okay.
It says unacceptable principal diagnosis.
Okay.
So B 95.0 cannot be by itself.
Okay.
So Miss Crystal, you said D, right?
Right.
Yes.
It says no, it's J 02.0. Let's go back and look. We don't care if this one's wrong again. No. All right, so J, let's look at J. Okay, so when we look at J 02.0, this is why it's the correct answer. It says streptococcal pharyngitis. But if you keep reading down, it includes septic pharyngitis and streptococcal sore throat.
Okay.
So that is why. So B 95.5. I just want to see what that one is, Miss Crystal, because I just want to see what the difference is.
5.0. It just says that it says Streptococcus group A as the cause of the disease classified elsewhere.
Right, so we didn't have any due to, but we did have a sore throat. So in the J 02.0, that sore throat is included. If you read, I always tell when we're doing this, and I'm the world's worst about not doing it. It's like Bible verses. You can't just take one verse and tell what it means. You need to read kind of above and below to get the whole picture. But I'm gonna tell you, Miss Crystal, I passed that right on by too. I did. I was still looking at B 95.5 when we got the answer. All right. Oh goodness. Again, looks scary, but it's not, okay? A patient is admitted for severe anemia and also has right breast carcinoma, central location of female breast. Which of the following is the correct ICD-10 code assignment? Ooh, y'all be careful whether it says female or male breast, okay? Amy, how about you choose this one for us?
Okay, I'm still looking up. Give me just a second.
Absolutely.
I know it's either C or D, but I'm not sure which code would be listed first.
Okay. This is where I may be wrong because I'm gonna tell you, if this is in front of me and I'm billing it out, I'm gonna put the cancer first. Because the cancer is the most severe, right? And they have the anemia because of the cancer. But I'm gonna tell you, let's see if they agree with me. Yes, they do agree with me. Sometimes this doesn't agree with me, but yes, you're gonna put that cancer code first. For one, it's the most severe. For two, you wouldn't have the anemia if you didn't have the cancer. So next question. A patient with alcohol abuse presents with a complaint of GERD. Which of the following coding assignments should be used? GERD was the very first ICD-10 code I memorized when I was billing. So I am gonna really quickly look. Capricia, can you give us the answer for that one? Or maybe Chastity? Sorry.
Can you put it back on the screen?
Yeah, I just did. Can y'all see now? Yeah, I had to take it off of there for a minute so I could see who else was in the class.
A?
A, who agrees? I agree
I
too.
agree.
You're absolutely right. Great job, Chastity. All right. Again, do not feel overwhelmed when you see a big scenario and lots of choices. A patient saw the cardiologist because of chest pain and shortness of breath. While examining the patient, the physician suspected mitral valve insufficiency and performed an echocardiogram. After the echocardiogram, the physician documents that the patient is a second-degree atrioventicular block. Which of the following is the correct diagnosis? Now remember, he had the test and the doctor came up with what was wrong.
I think it's B.
You think it's B?
I
This
agree.
Go with B.
So we agree that it's B?
Yeah.
It's not B. Let's go back.
Here you go right here.
Let's look at
That's
why
it.
it's not B. Okay, so go ahead and look at I-44.1.
One,
I wouldn't got up by a lot. Man, there you go.
second degree.
Okay, so let's read it. He saw the cardiologist because of chest pain and shortness of breath, right? But why does he have the chest pain and the shortness of breath? It's because he has an atrioventricular.
Atrioventricular.
Thank you, block. That's what he has, is this block, and it's a second degree. So that's why it's just the one code. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this blockage is what's the major thing. So the shortness of breath and chest pain is just a result of. Does that make sense, everybody? Look,
Yes.
I want to give
I-
you props because I-44.1 was in the answer. But what is I-34.0? Let me look just real quick so that we can kind of debunk that.
A non-rheumatic mitral valve insufficiency.
Oh, so do we see that anywhere? We just see the mitral valve. Okay, while examining the patient, the physician suspected. See, Jarrett, he just suspected. That's the reason why we don't need that code, because it was just who suspected it. But after the echocardiogram, he just had the block. Make sense?
I missed that word, suspected. It
Yeah,
wasn't found. It wasn't
Right.
proven, right?
it wasn't proven. It's not part of the diagnosis. He had the echocardiogram, and this is what he has. But still, not a bad job. Good work. A patient presented to the doctor's office complaining of headaches, coughing, and fever for a few weeks. After completing the exam, the physician diagnosed the patient with pneumonia due to Staphylococcus aureus. So which of the following is the correct answer? So this should be, I don't want to say easy, but R51 has a red dot beside it. So you can't even use R51 as a code. So C and D are completely out. So Miss Crystal, what do you think?
I think it's A.
What do you guys think? Do we agree? J15.20 says pneumonia due to Staphylococcus.
No.
No,
No, it's
A has a
not.
red dot too.
Huh?
A has a red
It
dot
was-
by too.
Oh, no, J15.20.
Oh, 20, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
A
J15.
15.2 has the red dot, not 20.
Yes.
Okay.
So J5.20 says pneumonia due to Staphylococcus. So, okay, hang on a minute.
The reason why I went back and I said no, because J15.21 has the auroras at the end.
You are absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. I missed a word. So it's B because of the auroras, whatever the word is. All right. Okay, so good gracious. Okay, don't fret. The patient sustained third-degree burns on the trunk while welding in the home garage. Which of the following is the correct ICD-10 code assignment? I'm going to give you all a few minutes to work on this one. Oh, goodness. Do y'all get tired of fighting with this big old manual sometimes? I just. This one's a bit of a zinger, isn't it, guys? Y'all are quiet. Okay, does somebody have an answer?
The farthest I've got is that the Y92.015 is correct. As far as I've gotten.
Yeah, and I think the T21.30XA and the X08.XXXA, I believe is right too.
The T I got the T21 XA. So I think it's D.
Are we comfortable with going ahead and seeing?
Yes,
It's 3 out of the 4s.
We were right. Even though we didn't get through all of those codes, I felt confident because I knew that we needed the X0.8XXA because it's the inhalation of the smoke. And I knew that this was the trunk, the third-degree burn of the trunk. So I knew that that was probably going to be the answer. Did most of you guys kind of guesstimate that one?
Yeah.
yes.
All right, boy, this one looks better, doesn't it? A patient has been diagnosed with chronic iridocytis, oh goodness, I can't talk today, of the left eye. In the same eye, the patient also has a cataract with neovascularization. Which of the following code is the assignment for this encounter?
I think it's D.
What do you guys think, D?
Same.
D.
It is D. I only got to look up this one code, but that was the only one that had for the correct eye. It was the left eye. So that's the reason I came to that conclusion. Okay, this is going to be our last one for today, okay? The patient is here today for a weekly chemotherapy treatment for metastatic neoplasm in the descending colon. At this time, the origin of the primary neoplasm is unknown. Which of the following is the correct code assignment? Okay, Felice, what do you think?
B,
D,
B.
do you guys agree? Ah, C785 points. Okay, let's go back and look at that because,
I had said B.
oh, B,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry, B and D sound a lot alike. So B, C78.5 and C80.1. All right. So what did you guys think about this? Was this enjoyable? Does this seem to make you feel more comfortable with your ICD-10?
I'm
Yeah.
only
Yes,
getting
it
about
does.
half of it.
Who said they were only getting half of them right?
I did.
Oh, Amy?
I'm missing a lot of the ones that are like multiple codes.
Yeah, those, I think that is, the reason that is not because of, that you can't do it, because those seem to really, they make me nervous. So would you guys like to do this again?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will definitely do this again.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Follow, we can continue on with it next week if y'all want.
oh, Miss Brandy, that would be great. I'll just leave it alone and y'all start on 18 next week.
Okay.
All right, does anybody have any questions or anything they need to ask before we go? All right, thank you so much for spending time on Zoom with me today. I appreciate your time. I hope you learned a lot. And if you need anything, reach out to your instructor and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.